Am I the asshole? For telling my brother's wife we can't all have rich parents like her and her siblings. My brother Nicky is married to Liza. They were at my parents' house on Sunday for dinner, and Liza really annoyed the crap out of me. Something that isn't new, and I said something in anger, and I might be for it maybe. So Liza has a wealthy family. They paid for her and her siblings, college expenses, 100. They paid for Nicky and Liza's house. They paid for their wedding. They're paying for one of their sons' weddings this summer. They can afford all that. Liza has always been very open, if trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, about it. She never hid the fact she came from money, and was never shy about saying her parents pay for so much for her, and her siblings. Liza doesn't understand that we're not all that lucky. I'm 19F, work full-time, and I still live with my parents. We couldn't afford college. I didn't get the grades for a scholarship. Struggled enough through school that getting into massive debt for college, when I could end up flunking, seemed like a bad move for me. So I focused on working, and I applied for a couple of training programs close to my parents' house, so I could try and do better without risking debt for nothing. Liza looks down on me so hard for living with my parents still, and for not going to college. Sunday she talked about how all her siblings attended college, how 3 of them are still in college, living there, and doing just fine. How they'll be able to buy houses right out of college. How even she and my brother could do it. My parents said politely that not everyone can do all that. But then she talked about being 19 and not in college or living on my own, and how I should really try so much harder. I snapped at that moment, and I told her we can't all have rich parents who can afford to pay our ways through college, for our weddings, and for our houses. I told her my parents didn't have that kind of money, and neither did I. So we were doing our best in this shitty fucking economy. Liza told me I'm just lazy and making excuses, and she stormed out. Nicky left a while after, and he was pretty quiet. Liza used his phone to send me 30 texts 3 days later, demanding I apologize and tearing me a new one for not doing it, without being told, and I know it was her because she texts in a very specific way. Am I the asshole? Damn. MTA. Why don't you just get your parents to buy you an apology? Not the asshole. In fact, she's the one who owes you an apology for how she treats you. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who take their fortune for granted. Kudos to you for realizing college may not be for you at this time, or ever, and trying to figure out your path. Here is the apology I would send. I am sorry. Sorry that you have been handed so much for free, that you have no understanding for how the majority of the people in this world have to work to get by. I hope you will do your best to rectify this. Sorry you're 19 working full-time looking at training programs on top of that, and she is accusing you of being lazy? Why not the asshole? Your sil is delusional and most definitely an You're not the asshole. Your sister-in-law is living in a delusional dreamland. Her parents may have bought her all kinds of material things, but they sure never taught her manners or self-reliance. You're going to have to work for everything you have, and you will end up being a lot more appreciative for everything you have, and a lot more realistic as well as less judgmental of everyone else. Guess which one of you is the one most of us would prefer to have as a friend? Text her back that you are shocked she has failed to realize she owes you and your parents an apology, and how disappointing that you need to explain that to her. She insulted them, and you, and if she still doesn't understand why she owes you an apology, then she needs to sit down and take a breath and think. Not the asshole. Your sister-in-law was born on third base and is convinced she hit a triple. Tell her to shove her bootstraps where the sun don't shine. Edit sister to sister-in-law. You didn't have to try at all. College, wedding, house, and car were all handed to you on a silver platter. If it weren't for Mummy and Daddy, you wouldn't have squat. Come back when you accomplish something on your own. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It is absolutely wild, the alternate reality wealthy people live in. Just cut out Starbucks, and you can afford a house like. I am not even getting Starbucks. Thanks. Not the asshole. Your brother did not stand up for you. He is going to regret marrying that woman. Or he should regret it, unless he became like her. Not the asshole. If Liza is ever hit with the reality of the AVG person, she will fail at it very hard. You're being really smart about improving your life situation. Tell her that you will not apologize for the circumstances of your birth, but you are sorry that she is so delusional about the average person's financial situation that she looks down on others who aren't handed big-ticket items on silver platters, and that you expect an apology for her calling you lazy when you work harder than she's ever had to. Not the asshole. Liza is out of line, but your brother needs to stand up to his wife and put an end to this behavior. Probably can't though, since Liza has so much control. Remember, nothing is for free. Your brother is now in a controlled situation, given that his lifestyle is funded by his in-laws. She did not buy a house straight out of college. Her parents did. She should not take credit of accomplishments she did not even make herself. It annoys me so much when people say how they succeeded in life by hard work by themselves, while having a nice good trust fund of 500 backing them up. Children of the affluent are generally clueless. Just reply to the texts with a link to this post. I'm sorry that for all your parents' money they couldn't afford to buy you manners, class, or kindness. Liza not only put you down, but she also indirectly talked smack about your parents in their house, eating at their table. That is just the height of rudeness. Send that apology to your brother's phone. Not the asshole. Ignore that entitled brat, and let any anger or hurt you feel fuel your drive, so you can show her what true success looks like. Good luck. Not the asshole. Entitlement is rampant. Not the asshole. She is pretty delusional. Apologize for what? That she hasn't earned anything in life, and it was all given to her by her parents. If her parents didn't hand her all of the stuff she has, she would be worse off than you. Not the asshole, and I sure as shit wouldn't be apologizing either to her. Liza, I am sorry. Sorry that you are so out of touch with the reality the rest of the world lives in because your parents spoiled you to the point of absurdity. Maybe if you ever had to deal with any actual struggles, you would be able to empathize with the other 99 of this country. So again, I apologize for how badly your parents failed to teach you to be thankful for the privilege of being born into the right family. Not the asshole.